Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle Samora and this is Scent Talk from my closet, the fragrance closet. On this channel we go over all things fragrance. We cover niche perfume houses. We go over layering combos. We talk about dupes and clones of original fragrances, highlight indie perfume brands on the channel, all things fragrance. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and continue watching. Consider hitting that subscription button and the bell so you'll be notified to new videos because you never know which fragrance house or perfume topic we're going to cover next. So if it is your first time on the channel, I do like to focus on one perfume house at a time, and this week we have been featuring KYSE Perfumes. These are some delectable gourmand fragrances, edible smelling. Every single one of these has something about them that is enticing, intriguing, and not to mention layerable. I do have some layering combos yet again here to be able to use with the fragrance we're going to review today. So for today we are reviewing, where did I put her? Serenade Aux Fraises. I will say I get a huge discrepancy from paper to my skin. So first I'm going to talk to you guys about the notes, how the fragrance smells in general, and then I'm going to let you know what all went on, personally. And then of course we'll get to the layering combos. So yeah, Serenade Aux Fraises. I'm also going to let's start off with something else actually. Let's start off with Bonbons Lait. I let you know in yesterday's video that I didn't have time and I would go over it today, so here it is. I will not be able to wear test this fragrance. I did a spot test on my skin and it was a no-go. I had to wash it off. I thought to myself, I am not going to mess around with this today. I'm going to have a very long day. I don't know. Yesterday and today were going to be very long days. And I thought, I don't know if this is going to go south, because once I sprayed this on my skin, this has in it, Bonbons Lait has a milk note. It has custard. It is grounded by some nice sandalwood, actually. Okay, there it is. It's really sour. It's supposed to smell like a vanilla ice cream cone, creamy, milky, lactonic. Maybe it dries down like that, but it definitely did not open up like that. It opens up like yogurt, just some sort of yogurt. I can't even say it's creamy, fruity, because it's just sour. Yeah, sour yogurt for now. So I'm going to pay attention to that before I jump in the shower and see if I have any changes on my skin. I got that thing everywhere. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, that is sour yogurt. And I was like, I cannot walk out of the house smelling like sour yogurt. Yeah. So for today, let's get back to, that was a no-go for me. But if you guys want to venture into checking that out, by all means, be my guest. I mean, it's fun to, try the different scents. Oh my gosh. We're going to see how that flies. Serenade Aux Fraises. This one has in it notes of strawberry, passion fruit, plum, Moroccan rose, cream, Tahitian vanilla, organic sandalwood, violet leaf, musk, black agar, and oud. So, black agar is the oud, agar wood. This is a collab with the Scented Apprentice, Mr. Joseph Sagona. It was a collaboration between KYSE and him. And this fragrance, judging by the picture, I get, this is a cake and there's strawberries. I'm going to get strawberry cake. I have some Tahitian vanilla in here, which is my favorite vanilla. I have cream. I have these fruits. Where could it go wrong? It shouldn't. So when I sprayed the fragrance during my initial, first impressions, because I do have a first impressions on everything we're wear testing this week. When I sprayed it, I got just delectable strawberry. Definitely, it's right there. Beautiful strawberries. I got a very interesting reminiscence to this Enchanted Candy Potion. The way that it kind of opens up very medicinal. This is Spellbinding Sugar, Bewitched Berries, and Whipped Pixie Dust, and it smells to me like, some sort of medicine, liquid medicine. But it dries down to the most beautiful candied berry that you can imagine. And I was really expecting that from this. But with the added Tahitian vanilla and the cream, I was just like, okay, the musk and the agar wood here in the dry down is just there to elevate and give it some longevity. And I really never get the cake. I don't get it. Something happens on my skin when it opens up like that same way. Strawberry smells great, smells candied like almost. It never got creamy, and there's something absolutely just that does not work for my skin chemistry. I mean, with my skin chemistry. And I'm trying to blame it on the Moroccan rose here, because what else? I don't know. Something in here is just, it does not fly. It just doesn't. It's I think it's the rose. It really has to be the rose. It's very, very scratchy on my skin. I read so many reviews that mentioned the strawberry shortcake smell. That's what they were getting. They were getting, similar to what this gives me. What is it called? Burberry elixir. Just beautiful berries and, just gorgeousness. I love the Burberry elixir. Also, C Fiori gives me like a strawberry milkshake vibe. And this was supposed to give me cake, and it doesn't. I mean, on my skin and on paper, I never really feel it transition into anything creamy, cakey either. No, I feel it pretty crystal clear, a little bit like clear hard candy, on paper. On my skin, I don't know. I don't know what happens. If you are a fan of Serenade Aux Fraises and you get that delectable cake vibe, and you get, all the creamy lifesaver strawberry candies some people smell, I envy you. Because I can totally smell the potential in this fragrance. I mean, I can smell it. It just does not work with my skin. It just, with my personal aura, and I've tried it on 2 different days, because sometimes it can depend on whether or not you're dehydrated, what was your intake, for the day. What did you eat? When you eat certain spices, when you eat certain things, they come through your pores and they change, the pH on your skin. It changes the way your fragrances smell on you, or what you give off, what you radiate off your skin. So I did try it on the day before. I was like, no, this cannot be. It has to be better the next day. And it was the same, but I still decided, I was like, okay, maybe this is going to take a while. Maybe I have to suffer through the opening a little bit on my skin, and then it's going to morph and get creamy, and I'm going to get the strawberry shortcake that everybody's getting, or other people's have gotten, and I didn't. So unfortunately, I cannot come out and say, I can only give you guys what the fragrances are giving to me, to my senses and to my skin. But yeah, hopefully you guys will take it, not with a grain of salt, because goodness, that's what I'm smelling. But hopefully, if you still want to try it, this will not deter you, is what I would like to say about it, because I was unfortunately the one that it didn't work for. They can't all be winners for everyone. And I definitely did not get, yummy, creamy lifesaver candies. I also feel like this is one where the body butter by KYSE, these are good, delicious. They smell just like the fragrance, but they have a little added creaminess. Obviously, they're lotions, they're body butters, and they're a little more decadent. So I feel like maybe the body butter would be a good contender. But I mean, I'm not willing to try because the fragrance didn't work for me. It just didn't, unfortunately. It has to be the rose or a combination of a couple of things in here. Maybe the plum. Maybe I'm not handling the plum well. So yeah, that was it. Unfortunately, not the best outcome. I really went in with this. I could, it's on the close. This is another really potent fragrance by the house of KYSE Perfumes here. I mean, it is good, nice and potent. You know, if it would have been delectable, I'd have been in heaven all day long with this. I had a scent bubble. It just wasn't the best going for me, right? All right, so that is it for the actual wear test and all that. What did I do in order to save myself from this? I darn near finished my little decant that I made myself of my holy grail, St. Barth's Vanille West Indies. I was like, I'm pulling out the big guns. We're going in. Yes, we are. So I went ahead and wore this, but honestly, I would have appreciated a heavier, thicker fragrance, because this is, don't get me wrong, Vanille St. West Indies, St. Barth's Vanille West Indies is decadent. It is heavy. It's got a nice floral or this orchid component to where it smells it's beautiful. Vanille West Indies is gorgeous. However, I would have appreciated a little more depth, a little more decadence from, for example, Escapade Gourmand. And I don't have this with me. I need to package a little, you know, a little travel size of all my vanillas to save my day. The different kind of vanillas that I need. Because I think this one, oh yes, this one could have saved the day, and it could have just made it decadent, I feel. But Vanille West Indies came in for a couple of hours, was able to tone down the sharpness that I was getting from this rose on my skin. I'm gonna blame it on the rose, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But anyways, I wasn't able to mask it all the way. This is strong stuff, the KYSE Serenade Aux Fraises. I mean, strong. All right, guys, I have a couple of layering options for you guys. So even though it did not work out for me, I could see the potential. I could smell the deliciousness, especially in the opening. So I do have a few fragrances and then some body care, of course. So let's start with the fragrances. I have here Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple. This one reminds me a lot of, oh, and I finally found it and brought it out. This one reminds me of Winter Candy Apple by Bath and Body Works. I mean, to where I know that this would layer wonderfully. Both of these give me a very kind of I guess you could call it shampoo vibes. I love it. It's good. This is a great layering fragrance, the Eden Juicy Apple, and I think that adding it to here would be good. The Winter Candy Apple could go good here too. Now, one that could give us some cake vibes, you know, some definite to it a little, is our Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid by Viktor & Rolf. This one, I underestimated the strength, the enjoyability of it. You know, the very first time I wore it, it wasn't all the rave for me. Oh, but the second and the third, and I maybe have already worn it 4 or 5 times. Yes, this is wonderful. Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid Viktor & Rolf would go great with Serenade Aux Fraises, especially if you already know this works for you. I mean, these are solid options, I feel. Juliet has a gun. Got that raspberry, got that delectableness. I want to make this my scent of the night after my shower so that I can just bask in its glory. I want to layer it with Sucero Filato tonight and just cotton candy vibes. Creamy deliciousness. Nothing sharp here for me, personally. Now next, I really do feel like the Burberry Her Intense and the Burberry Her Elixir would go wonderful with Serenade Aux Fraises. So these have I'm sorry, I have something on my face, my hair. I think that these have in them just this, first of all, they last all day long as well. And it has like these berry candy vibes. This one way more candy vibes than the elixir. The elixir leans more towards the creamy, wonderful feel that you get from the original. In fact, it's creamier than the original. The original is not creamy. It's more like an Broxton type. And this is different. It has that original strawberry that the original fragrance has, but without that, you know, kind of a, I picture a dry oil, you know, like a dry perfume oil with the original Burberry Her. A little heavy, a little like not fresh. It's dry. If you know what I mean. Go ahead and let me know. But anyways, Burberry Her Elixir or the Burberry Her Intense would go great. Yes, they would. Oh my gosh. Especially if you have the body butter. All right, now some body care. Speaking of raspberry and berries, we have wild raspberry and warm amber and vanilla birch. This one has some sandalwood. It has, you know, the Serenade Aux Fraises has that strawberry in it that I think this would just pair wonderfully with. The Autumn Drive by Bath & Body Works. Oh yeah, this has so much that I just underestimated initially, and then I was going crazy looking for the cream in this format, and I never got a hold of it. So I'm waiting for the semi-annual sale because I have a list. And this is on it. Hopefully I find it. It is so good. Autumn Drive. It is, this raspberry that's in here is just does it. It would pair so good. Now, I already talked about the Enchanted Candy Potion, but I bring it out again to say that it would just jive wonderfully because it smells in the same line. It smells so much like it that this is, when I sprayed the Strawberry Aux Fraises on paper, it took me straight to, I was like, oh, that smells exactly like Enchanted Candy Potion, the opening. Yes, it does. But the dry down to this, oh yes, unlike the Serenade Aux Fraises for me, that it did not work, this does dry down wonderfully on my skin. And last but not least, if you want to give it some decadence a little, I mean, for me, I didn't get the cake, but you know, if you do get the cake, then why not add some sexiness to it? I don't see why not. We have Into the Night here. This is a staple in my collection. This is one of those that if I know it's going to be a long day or a long night, oh man, there's something about this fragrance. It has raspberry noir, amber crystals, velvety rose petals, creamy patchouli, and mocha musk. Just something about it is so good, and it does pair well with all of your raspberries. Your Victoria's Secret has some beautiful raspberry toned fragrances, like your Tease Candy Noir, your oh my gosh, your Scandalous has some beautiful raspberry in there, or you know, some berry tones, and this goes perfectly with it. It does. It has a perfumey note that I'm not sure if I wouldn't try personally with Serenade Aux Fraises because I know that the rose doesn't work for me. But if it works for you and you want to amplify that perfume, you know, notes, the violet leaf, the Moroccan rose, I think that this would amplify it definitely. So good. So good. I think the layering combos, you know, I wish I could try them, but unfortunately the fragrance did not work out for me. But if it works out for you, man, you've got some good options here for layering. All right, you guys. Oh, I'm exhausted. It was such a long day today. Such a long day. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the review, for joining in on the chit chat, and you know, in the comment section, for enlightening me with your thoughts, your sense of the days, you know, everything that your feedback on when we talk about, you know, what I've suggested or how things smell, or, you know, I love to hear when you tell me that I've helped you with your choices, or that something's working for you, or you were able to avoid, you know, a bad purchase for yourself. So thank you so much. I hope you're getting as much out of this as you're giving to me. Thanks. All right, you guys have a great blessed rest of your day, your night, or your evening, and you stay safe. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.